have made it to Rio. Long flight, very long flight. Crying babies, coffers everywhere. People keep hitting me. I hate the aisle. I love the aisle. It's a love-hate relationship. So now we gotta go through customs and then get our ride. We got a ride from Viator. So it's like $22 to get us to the hotel, so not bad. Better put this up so I don't get busted by customs. Getting through the airport is super simple. You will not have an opportunity to go into any shops really. We saw a duty free, but it was all blocked off through glass. Like you couldn't get to it. It's just like you could window lick it, right? But it was probably the easiest airport. The Rio airport is probably the easiest airport that we have gotten through on an international flight, even including the United States coming back from international flights. Like they had about 12 of their customs workers sitting there checking everybody out. Unlike Austin Airport that has like two, and then it was really simple. We went in there. There's like two guys that are like guiding the lines to make sure that there's one right after the others going. We're probably in the customs line. There's probably at least 100 and something people in front of us, and it took us maybe about 5 minutes to get. Well, maybe a little bit longer, but not. It wasn't even 10 minutes. I know that it was pretty quick. We got in there. I said bon dia, handed her our passports, and they were already open to our pictures. She scanned them, and she's like, "There you go." I said obrigado, which is thank you. For guys, obrigada is thank you if you're a female. I don't understand why, but it is. And then we're on our way, grabbed our bags. They have a line to declare stuff, a line to not declare stuff. Went through the non-declare line. Nobody even stopped us. There were some people in front of us that were speaking Portuguese and they got pulled off to a different side. So I don't know if they randomly stopped people like in Cancun to just check their bags. But if that was the case, that's what they get for cutting us, because they cut us around the corner. They were in a hurry. So karma sometimes, I guess, maybe. But it was super simple. We ordered a driver from Viator, but they do have Uber. There's other places here that you can get driving services for. That was probably the longest wait, was waiting for the driver. We had to go find it's not one driver there with a vehicle. They have businesses there that will have like 6 or 7 names on a sheet. One of the people on the cruise took a picture of theirs. They had 18 names on a sheet. So you just got to start looking for everybody that's holding up a sheet and look for your name and go. Because we actually had to go outside of the area where they were holding up the names to find our people. But I did find on WhatsApp, they WhatsApped me, but I didn't get a notification. She sent a picture of what she looked like and told me where she was at, which would have made it more useful if I had seen that before we found her the hard way. So the airport is super simple to get through, I'd say. It's really cool, really clean, and it's about a 30-minute drive from the Copacabana. I looked up how much it would cost from an Uber from there to the hotel, just for curiosity's sake. If you took a scooter, because they'll pick you up in a scooter, I don't know how they'll pick you up at an airport with luggage on a scooter. I almost wanted to do it just to see, but it was 44 real, so about $11. And then, because right now it's like 4.28 to 1, so $4.28 or 4 real 28 to $1 and it was 144 for a regular car, and it was 139, 138, something like that, for a black vehicle. So that was about, I did the conversion, it was about $35-$40, something like that, for the black and for the regular. So still not that expensive. Ours from Viator, I think it cost us like $22 American to be picked up and dropped off. Plus I gave them a tip. So even with the tip, it worked out cheaper than just the Uber. So I would try and check out Viator. If you want to use Viator, let me know. I actually have services with Viator. I can book whatever you need with Viator. But yeah, it's pretty simple. So let's go check out the rest of Rio.
So in Brazil, they speak Portuguese, but Portuguese is like intertwined with Spanish a little bit. So if you can speak Spanish, you could probably get around here very well. And then you will find people that have English speaking capabilities as well. But some quick, easy things like good morning is bom dia, goodbye is ciao, thank you is obrigado or obrigada if you're a lady. So there's just a couple quick tips. I'm also trying to find a bank because if you pull out money from a bank ATM versus a street ATM, you typically don't have to pay a conversion fee. So I'm hoping I don't have to convert. So I'm back on the other side of the tunnel now. So I'm back in Copacabana. I was half family victorious. I was able to find a charm for Hesian at Pandora, but I was unable to find a I was here mug at Starbucks for my daughter. So 50% win so far. So I'm going to look for some souvenirs. I'm going to look for a pharmacy to get some water to take on the ship tomorrow and see what else I can get into. Then we're going to go hit the Copacabana Beach. There's an Italian restaurant right across the street from the hotel, so we're probably going to get some Italian tonight just for ease. We'll see what happens. So I'm coming out now to get some of Copacabana Beach, because when I do come out, I'm not going to bring my Osmo or phone, because I don't want to turn around and get it stolen, because apparently there's a lot of theft activity on the beach when you walk away from your stuff. So I'm going to get around it. Oh, I see our cruise ship is out there waiting to come in. Check it out.
No trip to Rio would be complete without a visit to Copacabana Beach. This world-famous beach is known for its golden sand and azure waters. It is the heart of the city's social life. Whether you're looking to soak in the sun, play a game of beach volleyball, or simply people watch at one of the many beachfront cafes that Copacabana offers, something for everyone. Rio de Janeiro is a city of contrasting colors where natural beauty coexists with urban charm. Its iconic landmarks and vibrant beaches are certain to captivate and leave you with unforgettable memories. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, please. It really helps the channel out, and you get the latest content for all of my next destinations. So day one was a pretty normal day. We came to the cruise ship. We were going to go to Copacabana Beach, but we ended up not doing that because as soon as we got out of the hotel, it started to rain. So we just stayed at the hotel. Our car picked us up, brought us to the port. We got here a little early. They took our baggage early. We had to wait about an hour till they let us check in. And then the check-in process took forever. They do things a little different here in Brazil. They actually keep your passport and then they give it back to us on the ship at some point. So there's a customs agent from Brazil that will be on the ship and will be with us all the way through Brazil. So I think once we get out of Brazil, they're going to stamp it out and then give us our passports back. So I've never had that happen before, but hey, this is my first time on a cruise to Brazil. So, and then the entertainment on the ship last night was pretty cool. They brought in an actual Samba show that performs in a carnival, and they brought us in and brought them in, and we got to watch that. So it's pretty cool. And now we just spent the rest of the day in the pool and the hot tub, and then we had dinner. When we're on a cruise ship, we like to sit at a group table just so we can meet people on the ship and whatnot. So we did that, and that was pretty cool. But other than that, it was a pretty normal day. We had to be up for the tour that we're doing on day 2 at 6 o'clock. So we went to bed about midnight. But that's about it for day 1. So today is day 2, and we are going to be doing the Chrysler Redeemer tour and then a scenic Rio tour. So I'm assuming we're just going to drive by someplace and be like, that's that. So I don't know that we're going to get out and do anything, which is okay because I don't know if you can tell, it's already rained and it's still cloudy. So hopefully it'll hold up and keeps the crowd down, and we can get in and out of Chrysler Redeemer pretty quickly. So talking to people on the ship yesterday that went up there yesterday, and the lines were huge. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that. But it's New Year's Eve tonight. Tonight at 9:30, they're starting the New Year's Eve party. It's an all-white party. So everybody is going to be wearing, all white clothes. So that should make it pretty interesting. We're going to pull away from the dock, and we'll be out in the water, horizontal to Copacabana Beach, and watch the fireworks go off. So pretty excited about that. So let's get on with our day. So between those lights right there, that's Copacabana Beach. They're expecting to have over 2 million people there in that area. So it's 4 kilometers long. 1 kilometer of it's a different beach, and then Copacabana is 3 kilometers of it. So in 4 kilometers beachfront, they're going to have over 2 million people they're expecting for New Year's Eve. day 2 went really well. We got up, unfortunately had to get up at 5:45 in the morning to go meet our tour at 6:30 to go to Christ the Redeemer. We got there about 7:40. It was a good time to get there because it was already getting busy. And then we came back to the ship and just relaxed because we had a rough night the night before. So Houston took like a 5-hour nap, and then it was New Year's Eve, so they had a great party. Everybody was wearing white. Azamara put on a pretty good spread. They had a bunch of drinks. They came around with champagne toast. They were bringing hors d'oeuvres. And I'll tell you what, if you've never seen fireworks in Rio, you gotta check it out. I mean, look at the video. It's phenomenal. So today is day 3, and we are about 2 hours or so from pulling into port. We're going to do a schooner snorkel excursion. So I'm excited about getting into the water and checking out that. Right now, we are around some of the, I don't know if that's an island or what, but it's pretty nice. The waves are huge. The boat's been rocking all night. I woke up and some of our drawers were open because it was rocking so much. But excited to see what day 3 brings. Day 3 was pretty okay. At the evening entertainment, they came out and were like, hey, we're going to give away a cruise of a lifetime. And they called out a random cabin number. And they're like, if you have that cabin, come on up. You just won a trip of a lifetime. And they had the male in the group, the male and female, had a male in the group taking some pictures with some of the staff. And I was wondering, well, why are they keeping that lady away from the pictures? Well, she got into her purse, pulled out a box, got on her knees. So when they were done taking the pictures, he turned around and she proposed to him. So I've never seen a female propose to a guy before. And then in front of the whole entire ship. And he said no. Just kidding. He said yes. But I had to do that for dramatic effect. So that was how our evening ended. So it was pretty good. Santos is an okay place to go. Relatively small, so you can get around easily. Fortunately, we missed our excursion, but apparently there in Santos, it's pretty known for having water lice and sand lice. So we were going to go do a snorkeling and beach excursion. So maybe we missed it for a reason, and we don't have to deal with sand and water lice messing with us. So yeah, so here's how somebody's been for the past couple of hours. So that's day 3, on to day 4. So my day 3 update was really day 4 because today's day 5. When you're having fun, you lose track of the time, I guess. So Actually, it was day 4 ended with the proposal. So day 5, and that was in Isabela, and in day 5 is Santos. So I apologize about that confusion. I'm just having fun, not only having to look at the calendar. So if you've been on a cruise, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you will. So day 5, we are in Santos, Brazil. Santos, Brazil's got about 433,000 people in it, so it's about 50,000 people smaller than Colorado Springs, to kind of give you an idea of it. And as you'll see, the port is really like a container port that also can accommodate ships. So we weren't allowed out of or to walk around when we got off the ship. We had to take a bus to the port area, and then from there the cruise line set up with a bus company to take us into town, and then they dropped us off at a mall, and that mall had no AC and it was so humid, and then we walked to the beach, and the beach was kind of boring as well. It was overcast, it was super humid, it was not an enjoyable time to be walking around. And then I looked to see what there is to do around Santos. They had a coffee museum, a Pele museum. Pele, cool, but I'm not like a fan of soccer. And I don't even drink coffee, so a coffee museum wouldn't be my thing. And a couple old churches and a couple old buildings is pretty much all there was to do around here. So I don't know if you heard all the muffling because she's over there curled up in bed at 4 p.m. Relaxing, yes, with her eyes closed for a few hours while I did laundry. That's right. And here's the thing. We set up the wash, came back. I set the timer to go to the dryer because we're washing some delicates, so it's going to be done before the others. And when I left, I thought I had my key pass in my pocket, and I did not. So when I came back, I didn't have it, and because I am the best husband ever, I did not disturb her as she was just starting into her nap to get the keys. So I spent the entire time in the laundry room watching everybody's clothes go around and around and around.
Love you.
Yeah, you love what I do for you. But yeah, it was not a very. And in Sao Paulo, like when we booked the cruise, it said Sao Paulo. Well, Sao Paulo is like 31 miles from here. It's not that bad. But apparently it takes 2.5 hours to get there. And they only had one tour in Sao Paulo. and it was 8 hours and 15 minutes long. Well, we're only here for like 8.5 hours. So it's pretty much as soon as you dock, you're on that boat, you're in the car. It's like driving to San Antonio to Houston and back to San Antonio to go spend like 3 hours driving around looking at something. So we just stayed here in the port disappointedly. And tomorrow and the next day are sea days. So I probably will not have an update for that because it would just be water. So tonight we'll see what the show is. We're gonna get dinner, and that's probably about it. I've already been to the pool and the hot tub. This place has one pool and 2 hot tubs. The max occupancy is 6 people in each of the hot tubs, and we've been seeing people maxing out to like 8 and 10 because they've been like husbands and wives have just been like the wives have been sitting on the husband's laps because it's just not a lot of space. So, but that's c'est la vie, right?
I know it's hard to tell in the videos, but we're rocking so much. So many people are getting seasick that they put barf bags, stairwells, in the elevators, and in the hallways because it's rocking so much. I've never rocked like this before. Take a cruise, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Nice.
So it's day 6. It's sea day 1 of 2. And last night, the entertainment was really good. They had a Hollywood theme, and the ship's crew did a lot of dancing to a lot of famous songs that were in movies. Ghostbusters, Dirty Dancing, they did Maniac, and Flashdance, just several, probably about 12 or 15 songs. So it was really good. And then it hit. We got out into the ocean and the waves started crashing. If you've ever gone over railroad tracks fast, you know how you get that air feeling? That was like the whole night here on this ship. It got so bad. I've never been on, I probably have about 60 days at sea or so, maybe a little more. And I've never seen barf bags put into the hallways, into the stairwells, into the elevators. It was just really bad. There were so many people getting up out of the show with seasickness. Poor Hesian, she got hit really bad. So we basically spent the entire night with her not feeling good. So I was able to get her a little bit of breakfast this morning, and she's able to keep that down. So we're going to try lunch here in about 30 minutes and see if she can get her energy up and going and kind of trying to enjoy the day. The temperature's phenomenal. There's a nice breeze. But we got today and tomorrow at sea, and then we get to Uruguay. And when we get into Uruguay, we're super excited because we're going to be doing Sea Lion experience. So we're going to go I don't know if we get to pet them, or hopefully we don't just like to go by them and look at them on a rock, because that'd be kind of boring. But we're going to go check out some sea lions. And then the next day we arrive in Buenos Aires. We'll be in Buenos Aires for about 30 hours before we fly out. So excited to try and get around there and see what we can do in Buenos Aires as well. So let me see if I can get her going and maybe get some pool time. Well, we have made it to Buenos Aires. Now, Buenos Aires port is really a container port that they let cruise ships come into. Because it is an active container port, you have to take buses to the terminal. And apparently the terminal is about a 10-minute drive. So if you're going to come into Buenos Aires, just know you're going to have to come through a container port. And it's going to take you about 10 minutes to get to the ship from the port, apparently. So, and they're very loud. So if you come into port, like this is active. So we were here about 5 in the morning and all I heard was beep, 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 beep. So I've really been up like 2.5 hours now. So, but can't wait. We're going to go to a tango show tonight. We'll figure out whatever else we're going to do. We have arrived in Argentina. Made it to the hotel, staying at the B Hollywood. The cruise ship terminal, it took about a 10-minute bus ride to get from where our ship was to where the terminal is. When you get to the terminal, it's a big cluster. At least it was for us because they had multiple ships in at one time. But you go out and you can get taxis really easy to get into like the center of Buenos Aires from the port. It costs us $30, so not bad. But it is a cluster. Now, a lot of the taxis out here have the natural gas tanks added to their trunks. So if you have a lot of luggage, make sure you get a van and not a car, because we barely were able to get our 4 bags into the little car that they gave us. I can't wait to go check out Buenos Aires.